Have you ever wondered how some people manage to disturb your peace without raising their voice or showing their true face? Evil people rarely announce themselves. They don't always arrive loud, violent, or obvious. Most times, they come smiling, listening, pretending to understand you, pretending to be with you. Evil people study you before they strike. They watch how you talk, how much you react, how much access you give them. And the most dangerous mistake you can make is believing they have good intentions for you. Stay with me until the end, because by the close of this video, you will be fortified with 8 silent moves that protect you from evil people without fighting them. 1. Say less than you know. Silence starves evil of leverage. Evil people collect information the way hunters collect tracks. They listen for weakness. They wait for insecurity. They store your words to use later. The more you speak, the more material you give them. Your fears become pressure points. Your plans become targets. Your emotions become weapons turned against you. Silence is not emptiness. It is denial of access. When you stop oversharing, something changes immediately. People who meant well stay calm. People who meant harm become uncomfortable. Why? Because silence removes predictability. And unpredictability destroys manipulation. You don't need to explain your thoughts. You don't need to justify your choices. You don't need to narrate your life. Move quietly. Let outcomes speak. Evil cannot plan against what it cannot read. 2. Control your emotional reactions. Calm confuses malicious intent. Evil people feed on reactions. Anger excites them. Fear empowers them. Sadness gives them control. Your emotional discipline is not repression. It is strategic restraint. When someone provokes you and gets nothing, no rage, no defense, no visible insecurity, they lose footing. Calm is psychological high ground. A steady tone unnerves manipulators. A pause disarms instigators. Silence after provocation makes liars expose themselves. You don't need to win arguments. You need to remain unshaken. The person who controls their emotions controls the interaction. And evil hates environments it cannot dominate. 3. Limit access. Distance is the strongest nonviolent defense. Not everyone deserves proximity to your life. Access is privilege, not entitlement. Evil people do damage because they are too close. They know your routines, your habits, your emotional patterns. Distance changes everything. When you step back quietly, without explanation, without announcement, you remove yourself from their reach. You don't need to confront. You don't need to accuse. You don't need closure. Distance is clarity. Those who meant well will respect it. Those who meant harm will react emotionally, revealing themselves. Evil cannot harm what it cannot touch. 4. Become boring to provoke. Neutrality dissolves hostile intent. Evil thrives on drama. Conflict gives it oxygen. Reactions give it energy. When you become emotionally neutral, you starve it. No excitement, no visible fear, no overreaction, just steady presence. Neutrality removes incentive. When someone realizes they can't provoke you, can't shake you, can't extract emotional reward, they move on. Evil looks for stimulation. Boredom repels it. You don't defeat evil by engaging it. You defeat it by refusing to entertain it. 5. Trust patterns, not apologies. Consistency reveals intent. Evil people apologize often. They promise change fluently. They speak regret convincingly, but behavior never lies. One mistake is human. Repeated behavior is character. When you stop listening to apologies and start watching patterns, you gain clarity. Words are easy, patterns require effort. Never override repeated behavior with hope. Never confuse familiarity with safety. Never mistake comfort for loyalty. Patterns are truth revealed slowly, and once seen, they cannot be unseen. 6. Strengthen your discipline. Structure repels manipulation. Evil thrives in chaos. Disorganized minds are easy to exploit. Undisciplined lives are easy to enter. When your life has structure, clear routines, clear values, clear boundaries, evil finds no entry point. Discipline creates predictability within you, not for others. You sleep regularly. You train your body, you manage your time, you govern your emotions. This internal order projects strength externally. People instinctively hesitate before crossing those who are self-governed. Discipline is silent armor. 7. Forgive internally, but never restore blind trust. Forgiveness is release. Trust is access. Evil benefits when you confuse the two. You can forgive someone and still refuse proximity. You can let go of anger without reopening the door. Forgiveness clears your spirit. Memory protects your future. Evil repeats patterns, wisdom remembers them. Peace does not require amnesia, it requires clarity. 8. Let time expose everything. Patience outlasts deception. Evil is impatient. It wants results now, control quickly, dominance immediately. Time reveals what masks hide. When you move slowly, delay reactions, withhold trust, evil exposes itself. Pressure reveals cracks. Patience reveals truth. You don't need to rush decisions. You don't need instant conclusions. Time is the ultimate filter. Those who are genuine remain consistent. Those who are malicious grow restless. Let time work for you. And here's the deeper truth. Evil doesn't fear confrontation. It fears clarity. It fears people who observe more than they speak, react less than expected, enforce boundaries quietly, move without explanation, remember patterns, remain emotionally governed. These people are not easy targets. Protection is not loud. It is subtle. It is disciplined. It is silent. Here's what changes when you master these moves. You stop attracting chaos. Manipulators lose interest. Drama fades. Threats dissolve. Your presence becomes grounded. Your silence becomes meaningful. Your calm becomes intimidating. Not because you are aggressive, but because you are unavailable to harm. Evil moves toward weakness, not awareness. Remember this: the safest people are not the loudest. They are the most disciplined. They do not announce boundaries. They enforce them. They do not argue with evil. They outgrow it. They do not fight. They become unreachable. Now subscribe and write this in the comments. I protect my peace. Evil has no access to me.